Hey everybody, welcome back to Nurse Strong. I'm your host Nikki,
I'm Alicia.
and today we are going to be talking about friendships.
Yes, we've been talking about relationships and friendships. Why can't women get along? Or is that even true?
I was going to say, like, is that really a thing though? I know people say that, like,
I
women
think
are
it's a
catty
thing.
and they can't get along, and yeah. Did
I,
you get along with females? Women?
yeah, actually, I'm a girl's girl. When I was younger, I got along. I never was one of those people who said, "Oh, I don't have female friends. I don't like females." But
Right.
as I've gotten older, I can see why people feel that way. So I
Right.
do think it's a thing.
Right.
I don't think it's all women though. I don't
Right.
think all women feel like they can't get along with other females.
Right.
But I can see why.
Certain personalities or traits that people have, or
Yeah, that and society. I think
yeah,
it's very hard being a woman, and
sure.
it's like I feel like we're just trained to compete with each other, and sometimes people let that go to their head. I guess I don't know.
I agree.
What about you? Do you feel like you get along with females? Or are you?
I never was. I can get along with anybody, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I can. I definitely agree that I do see where a group of females, like, at some point, there's going to be some sort of cattiness, and it's not even so much of like everybody has to get along all the time. It's
Mm-hmm.
just that the stuff that they fight about is
Mm-hmm.
like almost like they are competing. Like,
Yeah.
it's about looks or a guy or just whatever. It's always something.
I always say that the things that women do, like as far as the makeup, the lashes, the hair, the outfits, it's not for men, it's for each other.
Right.
You know, because I honestly don't think guys care as much about some of the things that we think as far as our physical outer beauty.
Right.
I think we do a lot of it for each other. But I think it just depends on your relationship with how you were raised.
Mm-hmm.
I also think people always harp on girls and their daddy issues, but I think a lot of girls have mommy issues,
I agree with that.
and it keeps them from
Forming
relating
yeah.
and trusting and bonding with other women. I definitely think so.
Do you think is it because women are considered to be emotional?
Everybody's emotional. I don't even know where that word comes from. Like, everybody has emotions, and I do think women express emotions, but I think men express them too. We just in different ways.
Right.
I think that we compete with each other. I think that insecurity plays a lot because we watch a lot of TV, a lot of media, and standards of beauty are certain ways. And if you have somebody that may have that standard of beauty, then and you don't have that standard of beauty, then sometimes that automatically attracts a certain type of vibe towards you from other people. But I also think women get jealous of other people's personalities. Like, sometimes I think it has nothing to do with material or outer things. I think if you are naturally able to entertain a room or have people talk to you or like you, then sometimes that. But I don't think that's just specific to women. I don't know. Like, do you still have friendships from like middle school, like back in the day?
No, but then again, like, I was never someone who had like a bunch of friends. Like, I didn't hang out with like a bunch of people. Like, it was like I had that one friend in middle school, but then ended up moving. Then I had that one friend in high school, or one. I mean, I talk with other people, but like even now, it's like I like you. Like, I talk to you all the time, but like that's that one friend. Like, I don't have like a bunch of friends or people that I hang out or talk to, and then. But I guess like as I got older or evolved, like people from middle school or high school, whatever, like they still stayed where they were at, like where they were at. Like some of them did, like, well, most of them didn't go on to college. Like, if I go back home, like I know where to find all of them at.
Okay.
Like, they're all still there. So, but it's like almost like whenever I go back, then it's kind of like, oh, she thinks she's better because she went back. I'm like, and like I've literally lost a friend because of that, because she thought oh, well, you then went on to Atlanta and went to school and got your little degree, so now you think you better, so just not talking to me.
See, that's interesting because I did have a lot of friends, and not a lot of friends because I still kind of consider myself an introvert. But I'm a friendly one. So
Right.
when it's time for me to be out with people, I'm like all in it. I'm
Right.
not like reserved. I'm not shy. I will party at the party.
Right.
But when it's time to go home, Alicia, I'm home. You know, I'm quiet. I don't really want to talk on my phone. Like, I don't keep in touch well.
Right.
But I would say I did have like group of solid friends, and I'll put that in quotation marks because I don't really, and this has been like recent, I had friends like from maybe middle school or high school, and I don't think, and I'm not friends with them anymore, but it was because of me. And when I say because of me, I'm not gonna say I didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
It's really what you said either. It's I feel like at one time of my life I was a certain person, and not that I was. I'm still who I am, but I know we talked about, and I always say I'm not making people comfortable no more. That's really serious for me because I did that a lot.
Right.
So growing up, I would, be friends with somebody, and if I noticed you had an insecurity or something bothered you, or if I would made better grades than you and you didn't, and you struggled, I would always try to make you feel comfortable around me. So, oh yeah, girl, that test was hard, knowing that I got 100 and I was done. Or, yeah, girl, no, you look beautiful like that. I mean, I just wear this color because that's what I like, but it'll look good on you too. Like, I was always trying to make other people comfortable. I was always trying to be available to other people. And, I feel like I had friends that when I was going through things that they were available to me, but then somewhere along the line, I wasn't that needy friend anymore. So I can admit, like, at one point in my life, I was always going through something. I always was sad about something, and I was just going through so much. But then when it's like, you know what, life is good, life is popping, I'm not that needy person anymore. And I have boundaries. I kind of changed little things. I have boundaries, and I started losing friends. So I don't regret it, and I don't regret the change, but that's the type of friends I guess I needed at that time of my life. And then as I started changing and healing and getting better, certain things didn't fly anymore with them or with me. So I don't know, I saw something not online, I was watching a sermon or something online, and it said the person you were chosen to be is not always the person you were raised to be.
That's good.
So I kind of feel like at one point in time I was, needing certain things from people, and then when I started just figuring out who am I, like what is my purpose, what am I here for, then I started expecting different treatment and having different boundaries. And when those things didn't fly with some of my friends,
they couldn't get with the new
they were used to being accommodated and making them feel comfortable. And I saw somebody post the other day, I was so understanding that I ignored the disrespect. That was me. I was very understanding of a lot of people in their problems, or they're not their problems because we all got problems, but just their issues, like and you would cast off, oh, that's just how she is. And after a minute it's like, you know what, you disrespectful, you're not even a good friend. And so I think that's how my friendship thing shifted with some of my friendships. Some of them I've been able to, after a while, we reconnected, we had a conversation, and we good. But some of them not so much.
I know. I hear some people will say, if I cut you off, then there's no going back, or they don't believe in, having conversations with people to heal friendships or whatever. Do you think that that's an issue with women? Like, we can't just sit down and talk with each other?
I don't want to say with all women. I think it just depends on the individual. Like, I think some people, so I just say some people, it's hard for them to be accountable for how they hurt somebody. So even so, if I hurt you and I consider you my friend and I consider that I'm your friend, and you say that I hurt you really bad, it may hurt me to know that I hurt you.
Right.
So instead of saying, dang, I didn't mean to,
Right.
yes, I did that and that hurt you, I'm sorry, then you say things like, well, why you didn't say nothing?
Right.
Or I don't remember that happening. Or, you know, you can't be accountable and it's not a genuine apology. So I feel like some people, depending on what it is it's no turning back.
Do you think age has something to do with it?
No. I see like old fools and young fools. No, what you think?
No, I agree. Like, I don't think that has anything to do with it. Like you said, old, young, doesn't matter. No.
Do you think once you decide that somebody's not good for you in your life that you should just let it go and move on?
I do. Like, once I decide that you are not for me and I've done my part to try and, you know, make this work, and I see that you are just unwilling and you're just like, this is just who I am or whatever, then for me, I can either accept that and say, okay, this is how it is, and accept it for whatever this situation may be. But if it's to the point to where I'm having to make concessions for you and I'm uncomfortable, then no.
I'm just learning how to be like that. So I would like, I used to feel like, well, this is my friend, let me just work, you know, they didn't mean it. We have history. Right. Oh Lord, history. We have history. And so I agree to a certain extent. So I agree that once you are who you are, and if two people, if it's constant, you having to compromise to make room for another person, or you having to always bite your tongue or walk on eggshells, or you can't express that you're upset, then no, you gotta go. And if you want to keep being like that, then you gotta go. But being that, like I said, I have reconnected with friends before, and I do feel like if there has been time and two people have had time to grow and think about what happened, and you are able to both come and say, okay, this was my part and this was my part, and you can assure that certain things may not happen again, you come to an understanding, then yeah. But I feel like sometimes with me personally, when I've cut people off and I've decided to walk away from a long relationship, it's because I didn't trust them anymore. You did something to me, I felt betrayed or hurt by it. Right. And then you didn't really act like it was a big deal. You didn't act like it was anything. So now I don't trust that it won't happen again. Right. And I don't trust you have the best intentions for me. So until you can make me feel like you understand the capacity of what you did, then I feel like something like that will probably happen again. And then this relationship, and that's with any relationship, like a male-female relationship, a family relationship, a friendship. If you've done something that I feel betrayed by, and I'm very expressive, and I told you, even if you didn't mean it, right? What do they say? To love is to understand, and you don't try to understand how you hurt me. You just want to blow it off. I can't have that same type of relationship with you anymore. So that's how I feel. So I don't know. I kind of feel sometimes you can.
This depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Do you think men and women can be just friends?
Yeah. Only because I have had friendships with men and I was just friends.
But they weren't interested.
So other people said they were interested, but they never expressed it to me. I've been friends with guys before and not been interested, but do I think so as an adult at this age? Those were like young school friends. At this age, I think you can with proper boundaries.
Right.
What do you think?
I agree. I think as long as boundaries are understood, like this is just a friendship, not we're working towards, so that way there's no misunderstanding later. Like I'm setting this up for us to eventually get together. It's like, no, we are just friends.
I don't know if I think you can just randomly meet somebody and just be a friend.
I don't think
like if it's somebody like
on the street, like,
yeah,
hey, let's be friends. Like,
yeah, I like maybe if it's somebody I worked with or
right.
I knew and we have some other type of relationship. But at this age, if I meet a man,
we're not. That's not the first thing I'm like. It's like, let's be friends.
No. Unless it is another type of relationship, and we have those self-control and those boundaries. Do you like? Because you can be find someone attractive and not be attracted to them. I feel like.
What do you mean, like what?
Like you can, okay, so I think like you can have a person, a guy. And you be like, oh, he cute, but it's not like you trying to get with him. Like,
yeah.
I don't want to sleep with him, but okay, he has some. I see why other people do. Because I feel like it's way more of being attracted to somebody than finding them attractive to, But I just think it depends on the situation of both people.
What about after you break up with them?
No. Why? Like, for what? I don't see the point. Like, if especially if I was in love with you,
right?
Like, what's the point? If we are friends and we're in a relationship and we were in love and it didn't work out, I'm first of all hurt that it didn't work out, so I have to grieve the relationship, and then I may miss the friendship. But what are we gonna do? What I'm gonna give you advice while you dating somebody? I'm supposed to watch you date somebody else? No.
Right.
The friendship would be if I see you in public, I can say hello, how you doing, what's up.
We're not hanging out.
Right. That's just how I am. Like, maybe I don't think I'm friends with any of my exes, but I'm friendly. So meaning I can see them, but that's just, I don't know. I see some people doing it. What you think?
I guess I could see how it could be done. I know, like, one of my exes reached back out trying to be friendly, but I made it clear, like, there's nothing there. Yeah. I guess because the feelings weren't there no more.
Yeah.
Like, I had no way, one way or another. Like, you married, great, happy for you. Like, I guess so, because the feelings that I had were gone. So, I mean, I could talk to him like a friend, like, but there was no interest there wanting to rekindle or get back or be jealous or...
Now that you said that, I was friends with one of my exes for a long time. We was really cool as friends. I wonder if he listening to this.
Oh, Lord.
Because I just stopped talking to him. Dang, now I'm going to have to call. I did, because one day it just hit me, like, when we were together, I felt like, because that's why I said if you were in love, I don't think you could be. But I feel like if you weren't really in love, or maybe if one of you were and the other one weren't, maybe you can be friends. But I felt like at the time I wanted something different in a relationship that he wanted. And then we just stopped everything. But we were still friends. We would still talk. We would still hang out. Right. He had somebody else. I had somebody else. But then one day I was like, this is not even a effing friendship. Like, what is this? Like, I'm not going to come here. Me and my dude not invited to your house. We not going to all hang out. I'm not coming to your wedding. Like, are we really friends? Like, for what? Why are we just keeping that door open? I just closed the door. I just closed it.
So you just stopped talking to him? You didn't even say... No. But now you gonna call him up?
No. I thought I was gonna feel bad after I said it out loud, but no, because it was just a personal decision. I was thinking, like, I want to be in a relationship, but I also don't want to be in the wrong relationship. And if I meet a guy that I feel like is somebody I want to be in a relationship with, I don't want to walk into a relationship with somebody that has somebody lingering that they may still have some type of feelings for, or hold to a certain pedestal, or, just there. Right. And so I didn't want that either. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just clean up shop.
Right.
Close the door. Move on.
Right.
So that's what I did. But it's complicated. People different. You have different relationships. I have, me and my ex-husband are friends. We co-parent, but I think we're still friends. We were friends before we were married.
Right.
I think sometimes people get into relationships and they should have just been friends. Right. And so I feel like in that case, probably could be friends afterwards. So It's a lot to talk about. I don't know if we talked about that. We was talking about women and friendships and women things. So, do you think it's normal to fight? Like, if you are a females like friends, do you think it's healthy to fight in a relationship?
I personally don't think so because I don't like fighting.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I should be able to come to you, like you say, like if I have an issue or a problem, I should be able to come to you and talk about it. But the whole yelling, screaming, fighting, like all that kind of, no.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, I feel like certain friendships that I no longer have friendships with now, we didn't fight as far as if something was wrong, it wasn't discussed. And usually it was on my part. Like, if I didn't like something, I didn't bring it up. I just...
Was it because you didn't think that they would be able to have that conversation
right.
with you?
Right. I felt like they were too sensitive, right. Or they just, you know, from their experience of how they reacted to other conflict, to other people, I didn't feel comfortable that it would even make a difference. And so I decided, oh, they're my friend, well, that's just how they are, we'll move on. But then when it got to the point where I was like I said, those boundaries were drawn, and I started being like, wait, hold up. And I would, you know, now we mad. So we might be mad for a week or two.
But that's okay.
But it's okay.
Right.
But with some of my old friendships, that wasn't the dynamic. Now, some of my friendships that I formed as an adult, I have friends that, you know, they know me and I know them. So they're going to tell me, you always saying something annoying. That's all you ever say.
But like you said, they know you.
Yeah,
you know,
so they can bring something up to me without me spazzing out.
Right.
Or I can be like, no, I'm not going, I can't be with you all weekend.
Right.
But we're able to be open. So I think that is one reason, back to our original topic, that is one reason why women friendships don't work. Like, we're not able to be honest with each other without taking offense and without,
you said it, taking offense.
Yeah, making it go on and on. Like, I mean, some of my more recent friendships, you know, we might not talk, and I'm like, okay, I know you ain't like what I said last month, but dang, well, we ain't friends no more. You know, we're able to have that type of relationship. Exactly. So I think, I don't know. I hate when it's just general, like, women, because I feel like I'm a girl's girl. Like, I'm gonna always be like, what did you do? If I'm gonna always take the woman's side first. Right. Now, I do know that we do some things, but it's hard being a woman. So, I mean, sometimes things happen.
We get stressed.
And who stresses women? Kids and men.
I was going to say that. Kids was number one.
So, I don't know. I think we can be friends, though. I think more women need to support each other.
I agree with that.
We need to support each other.
Not tear each other down.
And we don't need to raise our girls to be competing with other women. We need to, you know,
because even before we became friends, we had such an interesting way how we became friends.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Started out as how many of us did it start out as?
I don't know,
but it just ended up being us too. I don't know.
But it was catty. Like, I don't even really know what happened. I just know that I was a new person at a job, and it was a group text, and some things were said about me. I don't even remember what was said. The only thing I was mad about is they thought I was mad, and I was like, y'all old as hell. I'm not mad. It was some older women.
That's what we asked about age earlier, though.
Oh. Okay, I feel like I do think that I don't know. We can talk about that too, because sometimes I think older women are real catty. Like, they just ingrained in them that women are competition. I do agree with that. I don't know. I think that was just the way they were taught, that the prize was to get a man.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
And I think younger generations are taught to get, other achievements. And I think older generations probably were taught, you get a husband, you get married, you look presentable, you look pleasing, and all of that other stuff, and any woman that's also single and not married can stop you from getting the prize of your husband. Right. So, yeah, I do agree with that. So, but we made a pact, right? Yeah, we're not going to be hating, bitter old ladies.
Might be the golden girls when we get older.
That's right. I want to be inappropriate grandma. I want to like still be wearing tights when I'm like 70 with like short shirts, not long, like short shirts. And I want to like my grandkids to wonder, like, Grandma, are you even gonna be in town for Christmas? Like, where are you? And I want to be doing yoga poses.
You a grandma?
Yeah.
So we rewriting how grandma's supposed to be, how grandmas are supposed to be. Lord, getting tongue tied.
Yeah, so I don't know, but ladies, we should get along. We can probably talk more because all women aren't, you know, some people have friendships for 20, 30 years. I think a lot of things play a part in it, like career success.
Yeah.
We didn't even talk about this, looks. Some people, they feel like they can't be friends with people that
don't look a certain way.
Yeah, so we definitely are going to keep diving into different relationships and relationship topics and things that affect our different relationships because it's important. And we see even in the hospital how you can have children, but if you don't have a relationship, you might be by yourself when you old and sick. Right. So we definitely just want to discuss it, bring things up, talk about it. So let us know what type of relationship issues you have, different dynamics you want to talk about, things that have changed or affected your relationships. And you can find us on...
You can find us on Instagram at Live Nurse Strong. You can find us on Twitter also at Live Nurse Strong. Or you can send us an email at livenursestrong@gmail.com. And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And of course, let us know what you think.
Thank you.
Bye.